Greetings and welcome to my kitchen. This is Bill Zimmerman for Eco Health Lab. Today we're going to make a very exotic juice. This is one that I have almost daily that I've grown to love for its energizing effect and its health promotive properties. First, it starts with sprouted chickpeas. And over here are flax seeds, and this stuff is nutritional yeast and organic flax oil. I add to that a beet and a zucchini. And of course, coconut milk is a big part of this recipe. In the green star, I will be juicing carrot juice. So we will have carrot juice mixed with all of these ingredients. Now I realize that there are many ingredients in this juice, and we're not done, okay? Over here we have chard leaves, which we will be adding to this recipe. So it's a pretty potent juice, and I hope you like it. Okay, so the quick take on this juice is greens, sprouted, flax, nutritional yeast, flax oil, zucchini, a whole beet, and coconut, as well as carrot juice in the beautiful Twin Gear Green Star Juicer. Okay, so I've saved you the agony of watching me go through, and so there's flaxseed in here and any amount of nutritional yeast that you want. Now we're going to add the chickpeas. Just add the chickpeas to your ground flaxseed and nutritional yeast. This must be done dry for them to pulverize sufficiently. Okay, so this is what it turns into, and then we're going to add it to the other ingredients as we get going here. Flax seeds, nutritional yeast, and sprouted chickpeas. Now we're going to get into the processing of this coconut. What I do is I use a very much serrated knife. There's a little stain on it here, but you can see this knife. This knife is actually very old, and notice that the edge on it. It has this amazing serrated edge. It's almost like a saw, but not quite. And what I do is I cut into the coconut at this angle, about 2/3 of the way to the tip, and I cut at this angle here just to go through the very top of the hard nut in the center. And and I do it in a dish because you can lose fluid if you go too far this direction. But right about here is a good place to cut. Okay, here's our angle. You'll notice I did not even bother removing the wrapping. You don't have to. This is how it looks as you cut it off. I just simply whacked off the top, but if you don't use a blade like this, it's going to be extremely difficult. So a standard blade such as this, very sharp analog knife, will not work. As you can see, we did get some liquid coming out of this, but this only took a few seconds. And with this very sharp serrated knife, we can cut the top off of any young coconut in just a few seconds. A little note on raw coconut. When choosing a raw coconut, you want to lift up the coconut and feel how heavy it is. And the size is important too. Large is good, and heavy. So while you're in the store and you're picking up different coconuts, compare the weight with your hand. This is still wet. And the older they are, the thicker the skins are. So here you'll see the very tender interior. It is just amazing how tender it is. It's like the consistency of octopus. Amazing raw coconut will be, you just go in with a spoon and you scoop it out. Even from a hole this small, you can just scoop out all the raw coconut in a few seconds. It's not like the mature ones. It's very, very custard-like and very easy to remove in just a minute. So you'll get used to that. Use, I would say, a soup spoon instead of a teaspoon to get it out quickly, and that will be part of our juice. Here I've combined the nutritional yeast grounds, the flax seeds, and the young coconut, and we'll just set that aside for now. Next, we will be juicing carrots and apples in the Green Star. With a spoon, we will pull all of the pulp out of the young coconut. This is a demonstration. I'm going to be adding just a little bit of flaxseed oil to this mixture here. It gives it nice body, just a splash, because there's already flax seeds that have been ground in it. So here we have the zucchini, the beets, the apple, the mixture, and the carrots. And of course, let's not forget the greens. This is one hell of a juice. I love these mason jar-like glasses. You get them at IKEA for like $2 each. I've long broken the decanter that came with my Green Star juicer, and these glasses fit right underneath, just like this, perfectly, and they don't, you can move them around and they don't get out from under there, so they're perfect, and you can drink right out of them. So who needs the decanter? Ta-da! I want to talk about the Green Star for just a moment. It is a twin gear unit. The gears are in here. There's two of them together. And I would show you, but mine is so old. I know it doesn't look old, but it's so old that it is stained inside, and you might be turned off a little bit by that. But the staining of plastic is inevitable if it's when you're running beets through it and carrots and all kinds of things. So the inside's kind of orange. And yeah, this housing here, this is the motor. This thing is tough as nails and very powerful. It will juice anything, including wheatgrass, vegetables, carrots, apples, absolutely anything. So when you're looking at juicers, there are limitations to many of them. This one does not appear to have any limitations, except when you are forcing the fruit through here like this and it's on, you have to push it down, but it will accept full size vegetables, and that's different than a lot of other juicers. Like some of the omegas, you have to chop the vegetables up very finely and drop them into it, because it has an auto feed feature, which of course the Green Star does not have. But the Green Star was designed to be a universal juicer, and it is certainly the very best that I have found. The Green Star sounds like aliens dying when it's running. That's what I always say. And there you go, and there's the juice. And see, it comes out the front, and there you have it. Okay, now we're going to grab some of these beautiful chard leaves and stems and put them into the juicer. They just go in like this. Just push them in and grab your plunger, and they just get juiced. It's very friendly. The Green Star is very friendly to greens. Watch this as I just tap this in, and It takes the green right into the unit and it processes it with ease. I think that's why they call it the green star, because it does greens best. I always like showing people the grindings. This is the beet and the carrot, and very dry. The green star, it eliminates a great deal of the excess. Now here's the beet juice mixed with the zucchini and the apple. Now we're going to grab the formerly juiced stuff and add it to the, that's with the coconut and all the goodies, okay? And now we're going to add the beet juice with the zucchini and all the other stuff, okay? Great. Now we're going to blend them, but before we do, let's chat a little bit about why we do this. If you've just had dental work, or if you have a loved one who has just had surgery and doesn't want to eat or can't eat, these kinds of drinks are full meals, and they will take care of the nutritional needs of you or your loved one for sure every time. Okay, for the final assembly of our juice, we have, grab a spoon, and I'm not going to use all of the coconut milk from the young coconut. I mean, just about half. And then I'll pull out the, see this wonderful stuff? The flesh is beautiful. This is what coconut looks like when it's very young. We'll just put it into the mix, and we're going to juice the beets and the apples, and this, we've already juiced the greens and the carrots. So we'll add this to the mix. Okay, and this of course will end up going into the blender. So now we're going to juice the rest of the vegetables. Okay, now we're going to set aside all of this stuff and we're going to mix the drink. I always start on very slow speeds. I start on slow speeds because sometimes it'll blow the top off. So always start on the lowest possible speed. You can use your pulse mode too. Then bring it up to higher speed. And then the high speed. Okay, we're done. And remember, you're just doing this because you're blending already juiced and pre-processed foods. I don't like that word processed. But when we ground up the flax seeds and added the nutritional yeast and the sprouted chickpeas to this, we, processed them a little bit. And then we put the coconut in, and I'll provide the whole recipe down below, so you don't have to be confused by my erratic video making. But enjoy, and this is a lovely drink. You can add a little bit of stevia to it if you like. I don't ever really feel the need to do that, but you can add stevia to a little, well, just a little bit. We'll give it some additional sweetness. If you're dealing with children, stevia extract, I think, is a great way to sweeten vegetables, cooked vegetables, raw vegetables, so that it takes the bitterness out of vegetables like Swiss chard and kale for children, so that they can get used to it and slowly wean them off of the stevia so that they can enjoy the natural flavors of the vegetables. Young children are very, very sensitive to the bitterness in foods. I remember as a child I did not like green olives. I really don't to this day, but I can enjoy them for what they are. I absolutely hated them when I was a kid. So remember, your children have very sensitive palates that are significantly more sensitive to bitterness, which of course is related to alkalinity foods. So you want them to get used to alkaline foods, but on their way there, stevia concentrate is a big help. Okay, so we're on our way to incredible land with this wonderful meal of juice. And there you are. Looks like strawberries, doesn't it? Enjoy.